Hi guys, Julia here, and today I have a fun and easy card for you with a Thanksgiving pumpkin patch, and I'm using not a Thanksgiving stamp set but a Halloween stamp set. These two pumpkins are part of the Which Way is the Candy. I'm going to be using the Jumbo Peekaboo by My Favorite Things and the Grassy Border Die by Lawn Fawn. I'm starting out by stamping my pumpkins here on some Simon Says Stamp Ultra Heavy cardstock, and I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink because that ink is best with Copic markers because it doesn't bleed. And you can see here the colors that I'm using. I'm using Copic Sketch and Chow markers. The Chow markers don't have the names on the caps, that's why I can't show you the caps. And I'm starting out with my darkest color, which is the dark brown, and I'm just tracing in the shadows. That's where my pumpkin will be the darkest. And then I'm coloring in the rest of the pumpkin. And I'm only showing you one pumpkin here because basically all of them are going to be the same. And you can see that I go from dark to light and I work my way towards the highlights. And it's difficult for me often to leave enough space for the highlights, so I'm trying to make sure that I have enough white space here that when I come in with my lightest color it will really make a difference. You can see I'm going over the colors again here just to make sure that I have really rich, deep shadows and really light highlights. You can see you can always come in with the darker colors and make sure to deepen up the shadows. So now you can see I have used one of the matching dies from the stamp set to just die cut the shape out of regular copy paper. It's thin copy paper, and I'm lining this up over the stamped image because this die is solid. It's not an outline die, it's a solid die, which means I wouldn't see where I die cut. And then you can just fit the die into the open shape that you have placed over your pumpkins. And you can see that worked fine for all of the pumpkins except this one. I stamped them too close together, so I wouldn't be able to die cut it out properly, so I just decided to fuzzy cut it out. It's not too difficult. So that worked out really nice. Now here I have a craft card base and a piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to be die cutting this piece of white cardstock with the frame die from the W+9 Sunshine Layers die set. And you can see you get a scallop border and this stitched element there. And then I'm using the big circle die by My Favorite Things, the Peekaboo die. And I'm centering it, making sure that I have even spacing to the right and to the left, and using some post-it notes to adhere it temporarily so I can die cut the circle. Now this is just some green cardstock, and I'm going to die cut the grassy border from it, and then I'm using my Copics YG03 and YG17 to create a gradient here. You could use distress inks as well, for example, or I'm not sure if watercolors will work, but you can definitely use distress inks to do this. I just had my Copics out, that's why I used those. You can see I'm putting down the YG17 and then once more blending it out with the YG03. And I'm leaving the tips of the grass uncolored, so that will be my lightest color. And this will blend out a little bit once it's dry. Making sure this fits right here and looking how this will look like here. Yep, happy. Let's put it together. Using my ATG gun here to put some glue down on the back of my white panel. And then I'm putting the grass down and I'm gluing it together like this. And I'm doing it the same here, putting glue on the pumpkin and then lining it up, looking through the front panel, because this is how the recipient of the card will see it, and I want to make sure that it's all even and nice. And I'm going to be doing the same thing with that pumpkin here, putting down some glue with my ATG gun where it will stick to the other elements. Yep, the glue should stick to the pumpkin ideally. Putting it down, looking through my window and then lining it up, and voila, it's glued together. Now this is the Uplifters stamp set by Paper Smooches, and it's perfect. You can see there's a lot of sentiments. They go for many different occasions, and I'm stamping it with VersaFine black ink, my favorite ink for sentiments. And I just thought the sentiment "you are brag-worthy" goes well together with the pumpkins, because my dad is a passionate gardener, and he loves to very subtly, well, not really, but he thinks he's being subtle, show off his tomatoes and zucchinis and pumpkins, which are ginormous. I have no idea how he's doing that. I mean, seriously, like, if I wouldn't know my dad, I would say he's, using chemicals to enhance that. I know he doesn't, but, so He's bragging about his stuff, so I thought that would be a perfect card for him. And then I'm just using my gold gel pen here to add some dots. You know, I just can't help myself. Add some dots here. It's rather subtle on the craft card base, but that's okay. I don't want anything to distract from the pumpkins actually. And then I'm using my glossy accents with the fine tip applicator, which is just so fantastic. And I'm putting glue on the larger dots, not on the smaller ones. I still have to chuckle about the sentiment. So here you can see the little dimension you get from the glossy accents. And here's a close-up after it has dried. There's still some dimension and the gold sparkles. You can also see I added some dots with my brown Copic marker onto the pumpkins. And here's the entire card. I hope you've enjoyed this project. You got inspired. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you make. Have fun, have a great day, and see you again soon. Bye.